Hamlin edges ahead. They touch! They touch, and here comes Kyle. Hamlin got on the wall. The 2017 champion. Will he get the bumper? Yes, he does. Here comes Logano. Logano on the inside. A drag race. They're sideways. And it's going to be Logano getting the win. Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good go down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22.
I'm telling you, one little mistake on each one of these guys. Oh, he is all under Mark Martin.
He got him.
Sideways. Martin sideways off the corner. Here comes Joey Logano.
It's the last lap. He is. Into the wall. Logano goes by.
Go to the inside of the 2. Little bit of contact. The 22 gets to the white line. Oh, he gets loose underneath him.
Yeah, he gets into him.
I mean, it certainly wasn't intentional.
Here comes the 22. He's closed the gap all over the back bumper now as they've caught this slower traffic. And around goes the 20, sideways in front of the 22. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around Hamlin.
End up the last cars on the lead lap.
Denny comes up big time, crowded him, took off in a push, never lifted out of the gas.
Chastain up the racetrack. Here comes the 11.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain. Oh!
Hard into the wall. He goes around. And now here comes Denny Hamlin to the inside for the lead through 1.
He runs the 5 wide, almost into the fence.
Get him loose, he is loose. Got him loose, he got to wiggling.
They're going to be side by side.
But then he had to lift.
He did.
And Larson's in the wall.
Off of turn 4, Denny and the 22 getting together. Denny squeezing that 22 into the fence.
He would probably say, short track racing.
All right, let me fix the cams real quick here for you guys. There we go. All right, here we are. We're live here for another episode of the Full Set and Half Mast podcast, episode 83. Tonight, oh boy, dude, we got a lot of stuff to talk about here tonight. I mean, crazy stuff here at Richmond this weekend. We'll be talking about that, breaking that all down. We're going to have Driver of the Week segment, Bonehead of the Week segment. We'll go over some of the point standings with the new win in the Cup Series. And then we're going to preview some of the races this weekend. We got IndyCar back this weekend and some more NASCAR stuff at Michigan. And then we'll give you our NASCAR fantasy lineup for this weekend, as well as a little bit of news that we want to start with here tonight. This is going to be a fun podcast, everybody. This is going to be a good one to listen to because I believe a lot of the stuff we've been saying for the last year and a half that got a lot of hate is being parroted by a lot of talking heads on the internet. And we're going to talk about it here tonight with you guys. But first off, I got Tom and Jared with me here tonight. So Tom, first, how are you doing, man?
I'm Gucci, and boy, am I so ready to talk about this last weekend's racing and the news. There's some crazy news going on, but man, I am just over the moon right now, and just ecstatic.
Heck yeah. Jared, how are you doing, man? Good to have you back on the podcast.
Woo-hoo. I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm actually really excited to talk about the finish of that race. Pretty good weekend, man. I like it. I'm ready to go.
Yes, and with Jared, too, we're going to be announcing something here tonight on this podcast as well, that Jared's going to be joining me on this endeavor, so we'll announce that towards the end of the podcast. So I'm excited that Jared's here so we can talk about that a little bit. So, yeah. First off, though, let's talk about a little bit of the news, because there's a lot of silly season stuff going on, a lot of, well, most likely just silly season stuff or some announcements on drives that are going to happen over the next few weeks. But first off, Tom, we have to talk about it. We know how much of a Plo homer you are, so we got to talk about it, right? Rumors that potentially going to Audi in F1 in the near future. I mean, rumors. I mean, obviously, but I want to get your thoughts on this first, because I've got some pretty good thoughts as well.
If I was Audi, okay, of course, I would go after a driver like Plo. I mean, the talent, the drive, determination, execution is that on par of Scott Dixon. I mean, right now, Plo's probably the best driver in IndyCar. Actually, you know what? He is. He is.
Yeah, he is.
And he has been since 2021. I think. I really do. I mean, I just think that he is that he was very slept on. And he's just an amazing talent. So yeah, of course, Audi would go after him. Here's my problem. He's going to go to F1. It's so cutthroat over there too, right? I mean, you have one bad performance and you have a risk of losing your seat, you know? And then, you know, if the absolute worst happens and he tries to come back to IndyCar, is Chip going to accept him? Because there's already bad blood there. There's already bad blood there with him trying to switch teams. So, you know, to me, this is a horrible, horrible move. Unless, you know, it's on Plo's bucket list. I mean, he is in prime age. He's prime time. You know, best driver, probably best Formula driver in the Americas right now. And so, yeah, I mean, if it's his bucket list, then it's his bucket list. But he could have a 30-year career, 25-year career in IndyCar right now if he stays. If he goes, puts everything up in question.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of the things you say there. What I equate this to, Tom, is what have I been saying for the last 2 months? Audi, whenever they go into motorsports, they always go big appendage swinging. I don't think Audi's going to get in here to fail. I think Audi is going to be a success. I think if I was to take a risk to go to F1 in any team right now, and it wasn't like your big three or whatever we've got now, I think Audi would be my choice. I think this is a big-time move for Plo. I think this is I can equate this to a Juan Pablo Montoya, right? Juan Pablo Montoya was an IndyCar champion, was very successful in IndyCar, left to go to Formula One, won lots of races in Formula One, came back to IndyCar, had a really successful IndyCar career, also did endeavors in NASCAR, World Dirt Championship, IMSA, etc. I think Plo's one of the guys that could win the Triple Crown. And the only way to do it is you have to be an F1. That's the only hurdle, right? I think this is a dub move for Audi. I think this could be a dub move for Plo. As long as, like you said, politics. And what have we said already this year? Everybody doesn't like Spanish drivers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the politics is just so freaking rampant right now. The whole ordeal with Andretti, the whole ordeal with Stroll, Max Verstappen, and Delulu fans, and
Christian Horner.
There's just so much Horner, Helmut Marko, Adrian Newey. I mean, it's Miata Binotto. I mean, it's so much crap is just floating around right now. I mean, it's probably the worst it's ever been since Braun GP. Honestly. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's probably not another time where it's been that bad. So, I mean, to me, I wouldn't like to see it, but again, I'm not Pillow, so
yeah.
That dude can do whatever he wants.
As a racing fan, I'd love to see this happen, but as an IndyCar fan, I hate to see it happen. It's kind of like fighting two interests there, but I guess we'll find out. Hopefully, good comes of it, either direction. Because like Tom said, I think Pillow is he is the best IndyCar driver right now, and he is the best Formula racer in the United States. So, yeah, I think he could do just about what he wants. So. We'll keep you guys up to date on anything that changes for sure, because this is a big story. I think this is big story. This is as big as like the LeBron James decision. Like this is big for motorsports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Also to note, Rossi, he's cleared to race this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway after that wrist injury he had there at Toronto. So that's good to see. We're still up in the air where he's gonna go. Maybe if Pillow's gone, there's an open seat at Ganassi. Ganassi would definitely take Rossi in a heartbeat, I feel like. So that'll be another little bit of news coming out here in the next few weeks. Also, Canapino. Canapino. What is happening here, man? He's out at Juncos. Wow.
Talk about some freaking drama, dude. Good Lord. I mean, it's like all of South America just started, fighting with 2 inches there and just started crapping on everybody, and then Canapino loses his job over it. Unbelievable. I mean, that's got to be one of the top stories of the year. The reason why he lost his seat was because of his fan base. Oh, that's
man.
great.
You know what it reminded me of when I read this? It reminded me of last year we got a similar headline out of Juncos Hollinger when Nannini got fired. Like it was almost the same thing again, and it just cracks me up, dude. It's so funny. But yeah, he's out. He's not going back, dude. There's no way. He's gonna be in he's
actually already signed with his old team back in Brazil.
Yeah.
Racing some Formula 4, I think. I think it's Formula 4.
That's crazy, dude.
He's already signed with them, so.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, so good luck to him on his future adventures, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
Whatever.
Oh, man. Another thing I was excited about, too, though, is Yuri Vips. He's going to be in a 4th entry for RRL at Portland in the number 75. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see what he can do, because he seems like Ray Hall's super loyal to Vips because he's been loyal to him. I think this is a precursor to what we're going to see next year. Where does Yuri Vips go?
Absolutely.
Is he in the 30 car? Is he in the 45 car next year? Where does he go?
30.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he'd be in the 30. Yeah. I seriously think Rossi will be in the 45. I have a really strong feeling about that. Because he's not going to go to Penske. I don't think Ganassi going to keep 5 cars. I just, I think he's going to be at RL. So I think it'll be Vips and Rossi and Rahal. So that's my opinion. But I'm excited to see what he can do at Portland in 2 weeks. So that'll be fun. Also, I was super excited for this news too, because not only is it in Toyota, and I'll talk about, I kind of like what I alluded with the Alex Pillow thing, but Montoya at Watkins Glen, dude. How awesome is that?
Hell yeah.
I'm excited, dude.
I'm
going to be pulling for him, dude. I want to see him kick ass, dude. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know how the NASCAR fans are going to receive this, I guess. Who cares? Yeah. All right. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
That's really fighting with 2 inches right
now. Yeah. Man, you're giving him too much credit there, bud.
I'm talking about the NASCAR fan base.
Oh, man. When I saw this news, though, I think I posted in the Discord if anybody's tuned into the Discord, but with this opportunity with Toyota, maybe he's got a Toyota partnership. What's the one race he's missing out of his Triple Crown? 24-hour Le Mans. Who's got the best ride besides Ferrari at Le Mans right now in the hypercars? Toyota. Oof. Do we see a Juan Pablo Montoya in a Toyota hypercar next year and go for that Triple Crown?
Yes.
God, I would love to see it, man.
I
would love to see it. I would so love to see it. I mean, he should have the Triple Crown anyway. He's got an asterisk because he won the LMP2 class. Doesn't count. Which kind of stinks, but why not? Get him in the hypercar, you know? I think if him and Kobayashi and Conway got linked up, dude, that's a winning team right there, man. That'd be tough to beat.
I agree. Yep.
So hopefully this leads more into Toyota ties. Yes, I'd love to see him in NASCAR, but I want to see somebody else go for that Triple Crown, and Montoya is the closest one besides Fernando. So, all right, and then I guess we got a few more things here, silly season wise. Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones will sign contract extensions at Trackhouse and Legacy Motor Club respectively. I'm a big fan of the Eric Jones one. I don't really know who else they'd be able to throw in that car that would do any better than he could right now. But Suarez, I'm on the fence about that one, man. I really am. Whenever I think Suarez is terrible, he does something to maybe walk it back a little bit, and then he just sucks again. It's like, what? There's no way to gauge Suarez.
Yeah. He's just very inconsistent. You know, he was pretty fun to watch at Richmond.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, we'll talk about that for sure.
Yeah,
yeah, he was fun to watch for sure.
But it's so back and forth.
Yeah. I think he's a first-round playoff exit, in my opinion. I just don't.
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me with the contract extensions, you already got Chastain. I mean, he's your franchise driver. You're not getting rid of Chastain. And then you've only got 2 charters, and you're leasing out a driver to Spire already with Zane. And then you've got SVG in the Wims. Like, now you got 4 drivers, 2 cars, and you just signed probably the least upside. Yeah, and you also got Zilich. I got 5 drivers. Yeah. And you signed the guy with the least amount of upside to your full-time ride next year. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's where I'm confused.
You absolutely need a path for Zilich.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
That is a non-negotiable. That dude needs a path and a plan and a structure and execute that plan.
Yes.
Because he needs to be driving top tier stuff in the cup series.
Yeah,
sure.
I agree. 100%. Yeah. So Trackhouse has got a loaded stable with not enough horses, so we'll figure out how that works. All right, and then the last one, Tom Malukas, the Foyt. Is that official?
That's official.
Oh man, I thought that was a rumor. That sucks, man. That sucks so bad. Dude.
Oh no.
Oh, not our boy Malukas, dude. Like, the comeback tour was supposed to happen. It's not gonna. How is it gonna happen?
I cannot believe. I can't even freaking fathom that MSR let him get away.
I can't either.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I think it's the Rossi thing. It's the Rossi thing.
No. I think it's the Penske thing. I think it's Penske and Foyt, and I think Penske had to have some sort of conversation with Malukas to get him in that Foyt seat. There had to be something. Foyt can offer nothing. They can offer nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing there on the table except for the Penske partnership. That's it. There's nothing else. There is nothing. God, why? Why?
It's crazy to me. It's like what it reminds me of is the Justin Haley to Rick Ware Racing last year. That's all. That's what it reminds me of. It's just like weird, dude.
It's the person who's breaking the cycle right now is Santino Ferrucci, because usually drivers only last 2 to 3 years and then they get booted, right? I put a whole list in the IndyCar's news section of drivers that only lasted 2 or 3 years. For example, Mateus Lace, Carlos Munoz, TK, Hawksworth, Bourdais. Those people were the people. The only one to come out of Foyt and do something was Takuma.
Yeah. Well, and add Stingray Rob to the list now. Peterson.
Exactly.
Peterson to the list.
Peterson. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I just can't. It is a career killer.
Yeah.
And I pray to God that it doesn't kill Malukas.
I agree.
Pray to God it does not happen to him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I am
back to her, man.
I am under the impression that he's gonna get killed there.
Yeah, I'm really skeptical. Yeah, this stinks from Lucas.
This is awful.
I just
This
don't.
is terrible.
Yeah, I think
This
you're
is
right.
like top 3 worst news that we've received this year.
Agreed. It's terrible, man. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh.
I like when Tom gets all worked up.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh,
I mean, who the frick is the manager for this guy? We ought to go slap him right in the face. What was he thinking?
Right in the face.
Money. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no
They
idea.
don't have any money.
I have no idea.
They struggle to buy freaking wings for the car.
They might. I don't know, dude. Maybe they got lucky and hit some like jackpot or hidden money that we don't know about. Maybe there's some backwater dealings with the.
Maybe Penske owns them now, and maybe
Maybe.
it's just a Penske 2-car team.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe Penske's funding it. I don't know.
Maybe they're gonna treat it like their own little Wood Brothers for the Cup Series, where they're just gonna. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic, man. I don't know. Oh man. Alrighty. Well, that'll cover news for the week. A lot of, like I said, just a lot of silly season and rumors, man, and some confirmed stuff. So yeah, we'll keep you updated as more stuff changes. A lot of this was in the Discord as well. So if you want to read more into these articles and not just our opinions, then go ahead and do so. Feel free to join our Discord and go through some of those. All right, let's talk about the races this weekend. We had 2 races. We had the Trucks and Cup at Richmond. I guess we could start with the truck race on Saturday night, the Clean Harbors 250. Christian Eckes on pole. Majeski got to lead there, and then he ended up having a caution with Matt Mills. Ended up having older tires, faded through the field, put him out of sequence. Eckes wins stage 1. We had a great battle between Enfinger and Eckes in this race. What a drive by Enfinger. Well, a little precursor. We're going to nominate for driver of the week, but dang, with all the pressure on the line, right? With the final race of the regular season, having to have this type of performance to make the playoffs, what a great job he did. Especially watching Stuart Friesen and Matt Crafton have an absolutely flop of a weekend to really eliminate themselves from the playoffs. That speaks volumes. And to go with that, Tom, in the offseason, said Grant Enfinger was going to make the championship 4 again this year, even with the downgraded team. So, I mean, talk about that race, man. What a drive Grant Enfinger had, man. I was impressed.
I think Grant Enfinger made that race.
100%.
He was so much freaking fun to watch. Didn't he won stage 2?
Yes.
I mean, just him coming up through the field like that, and just, I mean, it was almost like a masterclass. It was a masterclass drive, and it was a shame that he couldn't finish it out. And win that race. But regardless, a P3.
Yeah.
With a drag race coming to the line for P4 or P3 with P4. I mean, that was just really cool. It just didn't really work out for him. But regardless, that race was pretty fun to watch with Grant Enfinger in it.
Yes, I agree. I was super excited, and now he's in the playoffs. And I'm with Tom. I'm sold. I think with the performance we've seen out of Grant Enfinger in the last 4 to 5 weeks, I mean, we saw it at Pocono. Pocono was right there in contention. I mean, from that moment on, I was like, okay, Enfinger, he's going to make the playoffs. And once he gets in there, the veteran Grant Enfinger, the experience is what's going to get him through the rounds. And I think he's going to be there.
It kind of reminds me of Kurt Busch Phoenix Racing.
Yes.
Where Kurt would just muscle that piece of crap car everywhere he would go. I really feel like Enfinger does not have that great of equipment. I could be wrong. But I feel like if he was in a ThorSport car, going around that track on that day in that race, he would have won that race by a country mile.
Oh, 100%. Sure. And I think you're right. I don't think it is equipment. I think it's all drivers, because they go out and put Connor Hall in the team car, the 91, and he ends up running in the top 10 as well in his first start. So I think if you put good drivers in these crappy cars, man, I think you can really make something happen. I think Enfinger's one of them. So that was fun to watch. I was impressed. I think Majeski had the best car, right? I mean, even in the early stage, he was really fast. He was, he got by Eckes pretty easily there. and really put a stamp on it. I think I said that in the last podcast. I think I picked Eckes to win the race, but I said I might be second guessing that because I think Majeski might actually win this race and Majeski is just really good, especially when he like has a car that good. He's going to get the best result he can minus mistakes. I think that's the reason I was hesitant on picking him because he's had a lot of mistakes. And I thought in that stage 1 on the old tires, they didn't pit. I was like, I mean, yeah, you're saving a set of tires for the end of the race, but like you're going to lose so much track position now. Can you actually fight back to get it back? And he did. He drove through the field, did great. I want to talk about a few other incidents. Like I said, Matt Crafton having just an absolutely abysmal race. Literally, he's done, man. I just feel like Crafton needs to just hang it up, dude. He is beyond his days, man. Like, I understand he's like one of the greatest. Johnson, man. He is. He was one of the greatest Truck Series drivers for 15 years, and he's over. It's done. He had his run. It's over. Like, hang it up, man.
It's like Ron Hornaday.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I think Ron actually had the decency to be like, okay, I'm getting old, and I'm in good equipment. I feel like it's
handed
the
over.
Next guy's turn.
Yep. Same with Todd Bodine. Todd Bodine did the kind of the same
Todd
thing.
Bodine, yeah. But I just Crafton. I just think God forgot to put the will to quit in him while he was building him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what
true.
We're witnessing now is just a seat that's just being taken up.
Yeah.
Could potentially win races under the right hands.
No, I agree. And I think the real driving point to that was that last year at Talladega when him and Nick Sanchez got into it. Like, I felt like that was the death knell of his career. I was like, if you're getting that turned up over that, man, like you just need to hang it up. And it just hasn't been any better this year. But in that big wreck that we saw there in stage 3 restart, God, man, this guy Thad Moffitt, dude, I don't think he knows what a brake pedal is, dude. How many times this year have we seen him just absolutely arc a brake into a freaking wreck, dude? This guy is an absolute he's on his second team and he's still running into people. Like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Nepotism. It is. Richard Petty's grandson. What else do you expect? This guy's got no talent. What an idiot. God. I couldn't believe what I watched. I mean, the wreck happened. Like, he was 20 car lengths behind it. And he was the only one to hit it, run into it. What the hell? I don't know. What's going on? Slap a 15 on him. Might as well slap a 46 on it, man. What the hell are we doing?
15 on it.
So I'm going to nominate him for Bonehead of the Week. I mean, that was just stupid, man. And then another one I want to nominate. This guy, man, Stephen Parsons. I mean, he jumps into a car that freaking Parker Kligerman was in the 75, kicked ass in that race truck, won a race in it, was getting top 5s, top 10s on a weekly basis in this 75 truck. They put Stephen Parsons in it, who was explained to us by his dad in the booth that he was the next coming of Jesus Christ himself. And this man is an absolute clown, dude. Like, we saw it with Lane Riggs.
Look. We're talking about Phil Parsons here. Okay?
That guy's a clown anyway.
Okay? Just preface that. Just a little bit, okay?
Oh, man. He absolutely just ran over Caden Honeycutt, man. Late in this race. Just absolutely ran him over. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, it's not even like Honeycutt was racing him hard or anything. He just drove it in the corner way too deep and just ran him up the track, spun Caden around. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of over the Stephen Parsons thing, man. I really am. Like, after what really set me off is the way you reacted with Lane Riggs. I can't remember what race it was, but him and Lane Riggs got into it. Yeah, it might have been Phoenix or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, they're having that big old freaking door banging, whatever the hell that was. It might have actually been Charlotte. Actually, now that I think about it. Well, maybe not. It might have been Phoenix. I can't remember. It probably was. It's so irrelevant, though, right? But like the whole point was like, just like, yeah, lack of self-awareness. I guess that's a big thing. And then Brett Holmes ended up running over Zillage, puts him in the wall, which I thought was pretty stupid. But maybe that's because I'm kind of a Zillage fan. So, but yeah, Majeski ends up winning. Great race. Extra set of tires at the end. Dominant pace, pulls away, wins the race. I think I said this before the podcast, right, Tom? I think you're 4 guys in the championship 4, and I'm pretty much sold on this. If these 4 drivers don't make it, then I'll be shocked. I think it's going to be obviously Heim, obviously Eckes. Those are your best 2. I think that Grant Enfinger with his veteran experience, he's going to be there again. And I think Enfinger might actually win the damn thing, dude. I'm not even going to lie. I think this is the year. And then I think Majeski's going to make it as well, just because of the pace that they've shown and the maturity that he's had learning these trucks. So I think that's your championship 4. If there was a bracket for the truck series, I'm penciling those 4 guys in. So
yeah.
Alrighty. Time? Is it time we get into this? The Cup Series race at Richmond. The moment we've all been waiting for. Jared's over here ready to give his hot takes again, you know, as always. I love it. All right, so there's really only one way to talk about this race, right? So Hamlin was on pole. Him and Bell pretty much dominated this race early. Bell wins stage 1. Multiple compound tires, Tom. Let's talk about it. Why are we running multiple compound tires? What did we learn?
Because the tires are too damn hard. That's why. Actually, look, can we just take a second and say that I think they made an improvement for tire compounds coming to Richmond, because usually Richmond is what? A snooze fest.
Especially in the night.
Snooze fest.
Yeah.
Yes. But what did we see? We saw Suarez. We saw
McDowell.
McDowell. Thank you, McDowell. They were driving through the field on that, man. That was so much fun to watch. That was so much fun. I thought that was great. That is what was needed in those races. Now, I think if we can adjust just that hard tire to last maybe 20 laps less on top of what it already lasted. What was it, like 100 laps they could run those tires on? 120 laps? But the Reds would go 60?
Yeah, they would go like about 45, and then they'd drop off, and then about 60 they were done. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, well, if you can make those hards last 80 to 90 laps, you know, but you lose 0.8 of a second, which is what was happening.
Yeah.
You know, I think that would be phenomenal. I want to sit here and I want to say, good job, NASCAR. You're going in the right direction with the tire compound, the red tire, with all of the crap that we have been spewing here on this channel for the past 2 years. You took an hour out of your day to watch what we were saying, and we truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for trying something, because it worked. It worked, and it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, we're taking credit entirely.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Heck
yeah.
We already know they watch our stuff.
We
man.
Dude, I've been beating my head against this wall for the last year and a half trying to get this. Like, what else am I going to do? I've just been talking to this. It's the only thing that listens. Like, damn. Go for it.
Well, you got to beat your head against the wall harder so you lose half your brain cells so you'll be as smart as Clint Boyer.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Get some of that CTE. No, my thing is, I agree with that, honestly, I don't mind the 2 compounds, but honestly, I don't mind just running the Reds, dude, to be honest with you, because
of course.
There's no reason.
Great too.
There's no reason that tires should last more than a fuel run. If your tires last longer than a fuel run, restart. Like, just go back to the drawing board. You failed. Like, that's my opinion in racing, because then after that, it creates no strategy, right?
Yes, but we have to recognize the progress.
Yes, that's true.
I think we made great progress here at Richmond in the short track package. Finally, with the next gen car, we've made progress. Finally. And I think that needs to be said. I just think that is huge. I think that is the biggest takeaway this weekend, is the progress that was made, and it was great. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. And I think that those the yellow tires, or whatever they call them, the prime tires, I think those were actually softer than the tires they brought in the spring. Because the ones in the spring, what, didn't they run the entire, like they only had pit once and they could have done fuel only because the tires only fall off like 0.2 of a second through a 160 lap stage.
Right.
Like,
sounds right.
But these ones only last, like you said, they only last like 110 laps. I mean, that's at least they're going in the right direction, making the prime tire softer. So, yeah, I mean, we said it after Bristol. I mean, we've said it for a year now. We could keep beating this horse till it's absolutely underground. I mean, it's just, there's no other point. They finally are at least taking the step in the right direction. And like you said, the parity, watching Michael McDowell, Danny Suarez drive through the field. Suarez ended up winning stage 2 off of that. I mean, granted, it kind of messed him up at the end of the race, not having that extra set to get the fin. Well, he still got top 10, but yeah, it put him at a disadvantage because a lot of teams saved the Reds for the very end after they watched what Suarez and McDowell did on him. So,
but stage points.
Yeah, the stage. Huge! He got a playoff point for the playoffs out of it. So that's big. Yeah. So, yeah. So I mean, that was a big win in my book. One thing I'm disappointed though is Mark Truex Jr. having injury problems. This seems like a bad thing that's happening with Gibbs right now. What did we see? Bell have one earlier this year, and then Gibbs had a couple back-to-back. Yep. And now MTJ. That's not good going in the playoffs. This reminds me of that year, was it 2021, where Kyle Busch had multiple engine issues at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, this ain't looking good, man. They got to give Truex something, dude, to fight with here at the end of this year, dude. Like, this is bad luck, man. I think if Truex is like a first or second round out, dude, that's going to be disappointing, especially if he doesn't win this year, too. Like, if he's out early and doesn't win, like, that's going to sting bad. That's going to sting. But, yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do at all. But those engine issues got to get fixed. Christopher Bell, like I said, was the best car all day long. Money stop, not so money. Gets a pit road penalty. That kind of stinks. Set him back. He still drove back up to a P6, though. So that shows how fast he was. He just never had enough time at the end to get back up there. But let's talk about the end of this race, right? Austin Dillon ran top 4 to 10 all day long, right? He was one of the fastest cars. Maybe Hamlin and Truex and Bell were a little faster. But through process of elimination with MTJ's engine and Bell's penalty and Hamlin maybe not having the pace there at the end of that final stint, Austin Dillon gets by him. He's sent off to sail off to victory with a win. And then Recce Roundhouse does what Recce Roundhouse does best. Bonehead move of the week.
Who else? Who else would it be?
Dude, I mean, you go, how many laps? How many laps do you go? And then you just completely run out of talent going into turn 1?
399 laps or something like that.
399 laps around the same track that you had practice and qualifying in. And it's just gotta be the last lap.
In front of the leader.
In front of the leader. Dump a nobody. I mean, it's like, you know what? Paid actors.
100%. That's exactly what I thought when it happened live. I was like, here it is, Big Daddy NASCAR. I got to throw my freaking tinfoil hat back on because they're manufacturing finishes. Here it is, because it was the stupidest thing. Like, he didn't even try to make the corner. It's like they what is it? They like the Cars movie with the cameras, man. It's like they literally got on their radio and were like, oh man, is your like Pimp Boyer? Is your arm itchy or something, dude? Like,
yeah, right.
It's like, why? Why did that happen? What? So for that point right there, I was like, well, this is why NASCAR needs to get rid of freaking overtime finishes. We'll let the race end under yellow. He was the true winner. He passed for the win. Whatever. But it's NASCAR. We got to manufacture stuff, which we'll talk about that. Well, we're gonna talk about that. Here we go. Oh man. And so we get the green-white checker finish. Austin Dillon takes the inside. Logano on the outside. Logano beats him square up on the restart. Austin Dillon had terrible restart. Final corner. Austin Dillon. Full send mode. Slap 15 on it. Hell yeah. He just drives it in. Takes out the 22.
that guy slapped a number 3 on it. Man.
Yeah, he did.
He
did it for Dale.
Channeled his inner Earnhardt and just full sent that bitch into turn 3. I mean, he was like 4 car lengths back, and he said, "I ain't winning this race," or "He ain't winning this race today. I'm winning this." But wow,
that was great.
Awesome.
Dude.
That was great.
I was laughing so freaking hard, dude. I was in tears laughing at this, dude. Because I saw it coming, right? Like, when they exited turn 2, I was like, there's only one way this is going. And it's going to be Austin Dillon driving into the back of the 22. There's no other way around it. My initial thought, though, off of turn 2, I was like, he's going to do that, right? But with the freaking size of these wheels and tires and the freaking downforce these cars have, stability, like, how many times have we seen guys run into people like that and they just wash them up a little bit and they continue on with no problem, right? We've seen it at Martinsville. We've seen it at Bristol. It doesn't, these cars are hard to wreck. Like, they're really hard to freaking wreck, man. How hard he had to hit Logano to send him sideways like that. Dude, insane.
He went in there like a V2 rocket, though. I mean, with heat-seeking capabilities. I mean, that thing just absolute. I mean, he was like full-on Chastain at Martinsville. 6th gear, just freaking bulldozed it in there. I mean, that was just, that is a classic moment. That is just, I mean, honestly, beautiful. that was poetic justice. All right? I mean, I don't know. That was beautiful. I mean, you could compose a whole opera just on turn 3 at Richmond with Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin off of turn 4. I mean, that was just beautiful.
Well, that's what I want to talk about next is the Denny Hamlin thing, because Austin Dillon never admitted to wrecking Hamlin on purpose. I've listened to that spotter audio, and when I listened about like 10 times, and the first like 8-9 times I heard it, I didn't hear him say wreck him. I don't know what I heard. It didn't sound like he said wreck him. But in my opinion, I don't think Austin Dillon turned down into Denny Hamlin. I honestly don't think so. With what I've seen, footage-wise, the SMT data proves it to an extent. Yeah. I don't think he ever turned in to intentionally wreck Denny Hamlin. I think the natural progression of the way the cars were moving through the track, it looked like they just collided.
Look, in the SMT data, it does show a big curve left hand down, right? But that is after the contact that Austin Dillon and Hamlin made.
Oh, okay.
Coming off the corner. So, like, Hamlin hit the front end of his car, right? And then Austin Dillon corrected with a full tilt to the left, and you could see it in the SMT data. You could see it because he was going to lose his car. You could see his car yaw out like this, and then he went back and turned Hamlin. I mean, obviously that's a little exaggerated, but you could see it in the SMT data. That's how I saw it. Now, the whole wreck him part, how I interpreted it was the spotter was saying that to Austin Dillon about Joey Logano, not Hamlin.
I agree
because
100%.
They were wrecking, right? And the spotter said it. He said, wreck him. And then go, you know, or whatever else transpired after that. But I sincerely think the spotter was talking about Logano, not Hamlin. Also, it's very important to realize how turn 4 is set up at Richmond. And the banking and the line that is there, the most optimal line. When you're coming off that corner, you're letting the car slide out and go all the way up to the wall, and then that's where the grip is at. That's where the car hooks up, is right at the wall. These drivers are out of control off of 4 and off of 2 every lap until they get up to the wall, and then they catch that grip, and then they're able to go. Off of turn 2, if you ever see 2 drivers go side by side, they lose so much time to the car in front of them. I mean, you could just tell. And turn 4, if you're going off side by side, but with turn 4, you got a little bit of momentum on your side, so side by side is not really too bad off of turn 4, but off of turn 2, I mean, Logano even showed it on the restart. Mm-hmm. How much time he made up with getting to that grippy spot on the outside of Austin Dillon and then taking off. I mean, that's just how Richmond works. I mean, Hamlin was using the optimal line, Austin Dillon was wrecking, corrected it, and then there was Hamlin. I mean, there was like no time for him to even try to avoid Hamlin. I mean, everybody was wrecking seriously off of turn 4. Again, got to get up to the grippy, and then you're good to go. You know, they're wrecking off of 4, they're wrecking off of 2 every lap, and then that whole incident with Logano and Dillon, you know, Logano was obviously wrecking, Dillon was wrecking, Hamlin's chasing the car up. I mean, the Hamlin and Dillon deal was all circumstantial.
Yeah.
All circumstantial. The Dillon and Logano was purposeful.
Oh yeah, 100%.
and it was freaking great.
It was awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and especially if you look at the onboard on Austin Dillon, like if he was to intentionally wreck Hamlin, that happened so fast, dude. There's no way you can process that in your brain, send it to your hands, and execute it in the snap of a finger. You're not doing that, man. It doesn't. And from his onboard, it doesn't even look like he moves to the left. It looks like he's pretty much up the track, and then he's like kind of walking the car through the corner, off the corner where he was already aimed. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But this brings me back, Tom. You know what it reminded me of, to be honest, watching it live? That race with who was it? Kohler and Farinars from the Nexus Sim Racing at Richmond, when he sent it into the corner on the final lap and ends up wrecking his teammate, and then EJ Luna sneaks for the win. So it reminded me of that. Like when I'm watching it live, I was like, "Holy cow, this happened in our iRacing broadcast." But the thing that gets me, what have we been saying pretty much since the inception of this YouTube channel, Tom? You race clean for all the race long. But when the white flag is out, man, you do whatever it takes to win that damn race. And that's what I saw out of a driver, not wanting to lose the race. Yeah. And that's what NASCAR's been built on. That's the history of NASCAR. You race clean and fair all the way through till the white flag is out. Like we say, you don't wreck somebody for 23rd, right? Yeah, but if it's for the win, man, it's the win.
Carl Edwards did it. Carl Edwards did it.
Yes.
And it was awesome. All right, Dillon did it. It was awesome. All right, Hamlin jumped the restart, and it's Hamlin.
Yeah.
You know, so look, this sport was built on moonshiners, moonshine runners. You think they really gave a damn about the guy in front of them coming to the white flag?
Hell no.
Or coming to the checker flag? Sorry, no, they didn't care. They didn't care at all. This is what the sport was built on. The first ever broadcasted race of NASCAR live. The 1979 Daytona 500. What happened? Going down the back straightaway.
Yep.
What happened?
Yep.
What happened?
Made some contact, right? Each other. Start fighting.
And then they started fighting. Let the drivers fight. Let them go for it. This is what it was built on. If you're mad about it, you're just as delusional as the Delulu fans over on the F1 side. I mean, Manchester United, Cowboy fan. I mean, come on. The two most hated drivers in the sport got dumped in one corner, and you guys are mad about a nobody.
Yep.
Please.
Kind of my take on this, as like a non-racing fan, is I thought it was a very exciting finish, dude. I loved it, man. I thought it was super awesome. And when the playoff system in NASCAR is set up the way it is, or you win, you're in. I don't blame you. You go on, you win it. You do what you got to do to win that race. I mean, if that's the way it's set up, I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
And I think Tom brings up a really good point, because that's something that baffles me too. Is after this race, I went on Twitter and I just see people clowning on Austin Dillon. And Tom brings up a good point, because I would think it'd be the opposite, because you have the two most hated drivers, Logano and Hamlin. I thought people would be over the moon, happy that those two got taken out. But I saw someone on Twitter say this is the equivalence of the Cleveland Browns going 0-16, winning one game and then getting into the playoffs. People are just and then people just clowning on him, and it is I don't know what you could do to make NASCAR fans happy. I'm surprised it doesn't take two NASCAR fans to brush their teeth, one to hold the toothbrush, the other to shake their head, Your turn.
Well, we are talking about the Alabama man here. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's just one thing. I mean, Tom brought up that point, and it's just I don't even know what to think about that.
Have we ever seen a divided fan base get together so hard before over a nobody?
Yeah.
It's crazy. No, we've never seen it.
No, I can't remember a time other than Norm Benning getting into Eldora.
Oh yeah,
but
maybe Jared's favorite race car driver, Kevin LePage.
Kevin LePage. stage.
I mean, maybe that was one of the last times, but yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Like, it doesn't happen.
I can't. I just don't understand the thought process of these people.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
That's what you want.
I'm over the moon about it, man.
What have we seen? What have we seen over the last couple of years, Tom? We're racing at the Clash, a quarter-mile short track where all they do is just beat the hell out of each other. We reconfigured frickin' Atlanta into a frickin' joke of a racetrack, a frickin' absolute abomination of a place, and they frickin' love it because the wrecks. Yeah. We got frickin' 6 plate races on the calendar, and they want more. But yet when we get actual frickin' race, like what they want, what they have literally begged for and cried on their knees like children for to have. They get it, and they cry about it. What is happening? Are we in a freaking clown world or something? I don't understand what's happening here. Oh, it's like, this is what you wanted, and then you get it, and you hate it. Oh, I mean, it's crazy, though, because now the fans that have begged for this playoff format have wanted this freaking manufactured crap for a championship. They've wanted it for so long. Now they're changing their minds on it. And now they're listening to what we've been saying. Now they're echoing and parroting everything we've said. It's like, come on, man. Make up your mind. What do you want? Like, NASCAR fans, I swear, change their mind every freaking moment of the day. They don't know what the hell they want or what they like. They don't. They don't know. They're just done. Or,
well, the solution is simple, Jay. You tune into Dega Boys every week like you're supposed to.
Yes.
NASCAR does it. NASCAR does it.
They're listening for sure.
Yeah.
They finally tried to use a softer tire. I mean, honestly, this is my opinion of the playoffs, and I think we've said it on the podcast before, or at least I have. 10 races, top 10 drivers in points, regardless of wins. That's who makes. Those are your championship contenders. It's not a guy who is running 14th. I don't care if you finish 16th in points with 22 wins before the end of the regular season. If you're 16th in points, you ain't in the freaking playoffs, man. You're not a playoff driver. You got to be top 10. I don't care if you're the points leader with 0 wins. You're in the playoffs. You're consistent. You're a championship contender. Like, let's make it realistic. Natural elimination, man. What were some of the greatest championship battles we had pre-playoffs, dude? 1992, Atlanta. There was 6 guys mathematically eligible in the old format. Then we get to the chase format. We have the tie between Edwards and Stewart. We had the year between Harvick, Johnson, and Hamlin. Came down to the final race. I mean, we've had great championship battles without having to manufacture it. Why are we manufacturing it still to this day? And obviously now the fans don't like it. Yeah, exactly. They're getting mad about it. The fans don't like it anymore. So let's just go back to the original 10 driver chase. That was the best format we had. I just don't. And rotate the championship race every year.
No.
Put it up for bid.
They're gonna. Well, it needs to rotate, yes. But what they're gonna do is they're just gonna pack it full of gimmicks and hope new people stay.
Yes.
That's all they're gonna do.
Well, and the best part about it too, though, is a lot of fans are starting to get turned off by the stage racing. I see it everywhere now. They're really getting tired of stage racing, and I think that if we get enough people that don't buy into this crappy playoff format anymore, enough people that don't buy into these crappy plate races anymore, and we get enough people that don't buy in to these hard tires, this Gen 6 car, even cars, and all this crap, stage racing, manufactured. We get enough people to buy into that. NASCAR's going to have no choice but to get rid of all the gimmicks. They're going to have no choice. Once people actually start going up in uproar, and I think now, well, you say it's the most divided fan base. I think it's actually more united than it's been over the last 10 years. I think it's polarizing at points, but I feel like most people are now starting to wake the hell up. Like, they're actually starting to see the BS for what it is. Like, the stuff we've been saying that we got called conspiracy theorists or bad takes or whatnot. Chauvinists, yeah. They're starting to see it, man. They're starting to see it now. They're waking up. Oh, man. Yeah, what a great moment, man. Like, this is great. This is great for the sport. If you're going to have this format and this is the way you want your sport to be ran, then you have to expect this. This is everything you wanted. You got it. Enjoy it.
Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about this race. The pit road incident with Joey Logano.
Oh, right? Okay. Sure.
So, I actually have a counter argument to the people saying that was dangerous to what he did. Okay, there are women and men and children on an active pit road.
Yes.
Post race, and they're all huddled up in front of the winner's box.
Yes.
Why are there children on an active pit road?
Why is there anybody on an active pit road?
Why
Nobody should be. It's like, remember the F1 race last year where they had all those people run out and they made a rule where you can't go on the freaking pit road entrance until all the cars are stopped. That should be the rule anyway. Why the hell are anybody out on the track?
Yes.
Yeah, that seems very weird to me too.
What Joey Logano did is what Joey Logano did, but I think what it more exposed was the lax rules on pit road post race. That's what it exposed. I'm not saying that what Joey Logano did was right, because it wasn't right, but there needs to be a little bit more on the people standing on an active pit road.
Yes.
Right? I mean, I would not take my kids out there into the pit box while there are cars on an active pit road.
Yes.
I would not do that. I just wouldn't, and
well,
maybe hindsight's 2020, but still, I just wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't take my kids there, especially if they were in front of Austin Dillon on the last lap.
Oh man. Well, I mean, you look even at the start of a race, they clear off pit road besides the pit crews. But when they start the cars up, before they roll off pit road, all the people are off the track. Should be the same post race. Let the cars all park. Once the last car's parked, then you can go on pit road. Like, it's crazy you have to have a hard pass to get back there to begin with, but then you could just go free realm and just freaking run up onto the grass if you want at the end of a race, like when their car's still rolling around track. I mean, and it goes to the same thing. Remember that Charlotte race where Pat Kenseth had his belts off and got ran over by Keselowski coming in. Like, there's certain things or protocols that it's just uncalled for that need to be fixed. I mean, honestly, I'm not even mad about the Joey Logano thing. I put blame on anybody that decided to run out in front of a car moving at 60 miles an hour entering a pit lane. That's stupid. You're dumb. like why are you going to penalize him? Like, yeah, what the hell?
Why would you run out on an active highway? Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
What's the difference? The difference is these are freaking race cars capable of 200 plus.
Yeah, and they weigh 3,300 pounds.
Yeah, it's a freaking bulldozer.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I agree 100%. If Logano gets fined for that, that's BS. That's BS. That's not his fault. F1 had the same issue last year, and what did they do? They fixed the rules. They rewrote a rule to limit people from getting at pit road access till after the race. So that's just what NASCAR needs to do.
Well, Big Daddy NASCAR is going to fine him. They are. They're going to fine him. They're going to fine Austin Dillon too.
Of course they're going to fine him.
They're going to.
That's the only way they could save
eligibility.
Face. They have to fine him. That's the only way they save face. Right?
It's because they created it.
Yeah,
it's because they created it.
Yeah.
But since the debacle of everything on social media, they're gonna have to find him. All right, because cancel culture is still alive and well. And then they're going to find Joey Logano, and I actually think the only reason why they're gonna find Dillon is because of that right hook off of turn 4 with Hamlin. I think that's the only reason.
Yeah, but if the freaking SMT data shows it, I don't know. The way I look at it, man, if you give a toddler a brick and he throws it through your window, are you going to be mad at the toddler? No, you're going to be mad at the dude that gave him the freaking brick. NASCAR gave toddlers bricks. They broke the window. You can't be mad at them. You gave them the brick. Like, I don't know. That's my opinion on that. But whatever. I don't know. Precedents have been set before, so obviously they're going to fine him. It is what it is. It is what it is. As long as they don't do anything stupid like take the win away or anything like that. Because you can't. You can't at this point. All right. Well, that's all I had to say. If there's anything else you guys want to say before we move on, you guys are welcome to now.
Dillon for president.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's great, man. What a great weekend. That was fun. Alrighty. before we get into driver and bonehead, we'll do the points real quick. So with this win by Austin Dillon, it moves the cut line down to Gibbs in 15th. He's 18 points up on the cut line over Bubba, who's 3 points up on the cut line in 16th. And then Chastain and Buescher are both 17, 18th, tied right now. 3 points back from the cut line. So what is it? 3 races left and only 3 spots left? That's what NASCAR wanted. That is what they wanted. All the drama. We got Michigan, Daytona, Darlington. Like, what a freaking rate. What a way to end the regular season. Like, you couldn't pick a 3 better tracks for chaos to happen with 3 more spots left. Like, it's going to be crazy. Oh, man. Okay, so let's see. There's no new winners. Do you think Truex is safe at like 76 points to the good?
Yes, he's safe.
Okay, I agree with that. Jared, do you agree with that? Do you think 76 points is enough buffer? I think so. We all agree with that. So we think Truex is getting in without a new winner. Gibbs, 18 up. Is he safe?
No.
Do you think he makes it?
No
new winners. Yeah, I agree. I think he makes it as well. So that's 2 spots. We got 1 left. Bubba, Chastain, Buescher, all separated by 3 points. Out of those 3, what's the one driver you put in your playoffs?
Right now, it's Bubba.
I agree. It's Bubba Wallace.
Right now, it's Bubba.
Yes.
But we got Darlington, which Chastain is great at.
Yes.
I mean, we got a plate track. Chastain's pretty good at too, but Bubba's also very good as well.
I think Chastain's going to be good at Michigan this weekend. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. But Buescher's wild card, man, he could win anywhere.
Yeah, well, I agree. He could win 3 in a row.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could win all the last 3 races of the regular season. I mean, that's how good he is. Yeah, so. But barring no new winners, we're just assuming that these guys don't win. We're assuming that no new winners. These guys don't win. We're going off points. Yeah, I think it's Truex, Gibbs, Bubba as well. Yeah. Alrighty. Driver of the week, Grant Enfinger, P3 in the trucks, made that race in I thought he did a great job. Really clutching up at the end of the regular season to make the playoffs. Great job by him. I'm going to give one to Connor Hall as well. In his Truck Series debut, P10. That's perfect, man. What have we seen? Bubba Pollard's done the same thing in a 1 start in the Xfinity. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Brendan Queen in his 1 truck start. He got out of top 10. So these guys with the Cars Tour, they get these opportunities, man. They're kicking ass, dude. I like it. And then also, let's give a shout out to old Hosen Karsavar, man. P8.
Dude, he had a great race. He
was top 10 the whole damn race.
Yeah.
It was great. Man. Yep. And that's the B car inspired, dude.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy to me. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll nominate Host and Karsavar as well. Boneheads of the week, Thad Moffitt. Thad had Tad Hod Moffitt there with the Arca Break moment. Stupid. Stephen Parsons dumping Caden Honeycutt again. And then Ricky Stenhouse Jr. dumping Ryan Preece at the end to set off a chain of reaction that nobody could have ever foreseen. So we'll put those posts up for you guys after the podcast for you guys to vote on. But it's time to get into the final segments of this podcast. We're gonna start previewing the races this weekend. Got a big amount of races. We got ARCA, Xfinity, and Cup at Michigan, and then IndyCar and Indy NXT at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Notable entries in the ARCA series: Chris Wright in the 15 Venerini machine, Tanner Gray in the 18 JGR, Gus Dean in the number 20 Venerini, Connor Zilic, he's back in the number 28, Frankie Muniz, he's racing this weekend in the number 33 Rayone Brothers machine, and then Jake Finch in the 55 Venerini machine. Xfinity, Daniel Dye, be with colleague in the 10. This one I thought's great. Who's the most hated person by the Haley Deegan fan base? He's driving the number 15 AM race machine this weekend. Slap a 15 on it. Lawless Allen.
His name rhyme with Smiley Schmerpst.
Well, okay, maybe that's debatable then. I mean, it used to be Lawless Allen for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll be in the 15 AM racing machine. Taylor Gray will be in the number 19 JGR machine. John Henry Nemechek in the number 20 JGR machine. Jeffrey Earnhardt, 26 Sam Hunt Racing. Noah Gregson, number 30 Rhett Jones Racing Machine. And then Carson Quapple in the number 88 Junior Motorsports. In the Cup Series, Cody Ware, he's back in the 15 Rick Ware Racing Machine. And AJ Allmendinger in the 16 Colleague. Those are notable entries for this weekend's races. Let's do it. Let's get into some picks. So, on Friday, the ARCA series, the Henry Ford Health 200. Obvious pick for me here. I'm going with Zilich. I think Zilich wins this race. I think Tanner Gray's going to be quick. We saw the speed he had at Kansas, getting that first career ARCA win. I think he's going to be a contender. I never count out Gustine. Whatever race he's in, watch out for him. I don't know how I feel about Jake Finch, so I'm not going to take him. But
Redemption!
Yeah, redemption. Oh, man. But, you know, I'm taking the guy that I think is the best driver in the field, and I don't think it's even close. I'm going with Connor Zilich. He's going to win this race in pretty dominant fashion, in my opinion, and prove exactly why he deserves some big-time rides, man. I swear, this is what he could do buying a race car is freaking impressive. And then my dark horse, I'm going to go with old Andy Jesus. He's back in the field again. He's taken a few weeks off, but he's back at Michigan. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to put that foot to the skinny pedal. He's going to leave it there until he sees Jesus at the Czech flag. And that's what he's going to do this weekend.
All right. My favorite, I'm not going to share the love here. I mean, it's going to obvious. I think it's an obvious choice here. I think it's going to be Zilich. If he can just get out of the way of the crap that goes on behind him, which I fully expect him to be a contender for pole and lead the most laps and leader in practice and D, all of the above. I think that he's just going to take it here with the ARCA series. So I just think, I really just don't think there's going to be a lot of contests. I mean, if it's anything that what we saw at any of the other bigger tracks, it's going to be a single lane, single train, and Zilich is going to lead it all. So, and then for my dark horse, I'm going with a childhood favorite here. I'm going to go with Muniz, man. My heart breaks for him. He's tried so damn hard to just get in a car and drive, and it just seems like everything goes against him every time he gets to the racetrack. And if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not a motor, it's a transmission. If it's not the transmission, it's the hub. If it's not the hub, it's the rear end. If it's not the rear end, it's the electronics. I mean, if it's not the electronics, he's blowing a tire going into turn 1 and just junks the crap out of his car. You know what I mean? It can't get any worse. So when you're rock bottom, where else to go? It's straight to the top, baby. So I really hope he gets a good run this weekend. And I'm really rooting on Muniz.
Heck yeah. That would be awesome to see. You got a pick, Sharon?
I think, well, for no rhyme or reason, just the name that's standing out to me is Delora. I'll go with Delora. What is it? What is he? Third in points?
And are you joking there right now?
Are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Then I think I messed up. Then I think I.
Well,
there you go.
Never a dull moment here. Never a
That's
dull moment here at the Take a Bliss broadcasting. I love it, dude. That's gonna be a good soundbite. All right, Saturday, the Xfinity Series, the Cabo Wabo 250. This name just cracks me up, dude. What's up with Xfinity Series race names, dude? They're so ridiculous, bro. Oh man. All right, whatever. The Cabo Wabo. Let's get Wabo. 250. All right, my favorite. I'm gonna go with John Hunter Nemechek. I think he's gonna win. I think it's gonna be a JGR dominated ARCA or Xfinity race. I'd say watch out for Taylor Gray. If I was gonna put him as my dark horse, but I'm a Creed homer, so I'm gonna take Creed as my dark horse. But if I was to throw any other name out there, watch out for Taylor Gray this weekend. I think that this dude could win a race. I seriously do. I think this could be the weekend. So, but with that being said, I'm just gonna stick with what I picked. Nemechek to win. Creed is my dark horse. Let's go, Creed. Come on, Creed.
Rip. All right, my favorite. I'm going with the dude. I think he's gonna win an oval race. I think it's a matter of time, not a matter of if. And I'm gonna go with SVG, man. Look, I've been a pretty big fan of his since Chicago Street Course last year. So I think he's got a legitimate shot here to be in a Final Four. We'll see. We'll see. I think the consistent top 10s will turn into consistent top 5s, and I think he could do it within a year. I think he could do it within this year. So I think SVG and what a better place than Michigan to get your first win. I mean, there are better places for sure, but it's Michigan. So, and then for my dark horse, and I'm only choosing this guy because he impressed the hell out of me at Indianapolis. I'm gonna go with Daniel Dye. That guy in a Colic car, which has not been performing well this year, got a top 10 in a one-off ride at Indianapolis, and I just think that was super cool.
And isn't he in the truck playoffs too? Because he really turned up at the end of the year. I gotta double check that. Let's see what the truck standings look like. I'm pulling up right now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's in. He's the last guy into the playoffs. He's the 10th seed. He kicked butt in the trucks this year. Turned up at the end of the year because at the beginning of the year, remember, he's back at like 20-something points. He closed that gap throughout the year. And now, that's a great pick. And the Xfinity starts he's had this year, I think he's got top 10 in just about every one of them. It's a good pick, man. He's going places. Daniel Dye. What was it last year, though, that he ended up getting in trouble with the law because he ended up like breaking some dude's testicle or something at prom or something? Do you remember that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, got into a fight.
Yeah, he got a fight and punched a dude in the testicle and burst it. Yeah, dude. Ruptured it. Yeah, dude.
I forgot about that.
I know. I thought about that the other day. I was like, who was that guy that did that? And I was like, I thought it was because like him and Thad Moffitt kind of look the same to me. They're both like ginger, curly haired dudes. But I was like, was it Thad Moffitt? I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's not from Florida. He's a petty. And I was like, oh, it was freaking Daniel Dye. That's the guy.
Crazy.
That I don't know where that all came from. I just kind of slipped. I don't know, but yeah, that's You bust a ball and you're in the playoffs. Oh man, that's funny. All right, Jared, you got any picks for the Xfinity race this weekend?
Well, I'm afraid to make a pick now. I'll go.
Oh, we know your favorite.
Yeah, everybody knows your favorite. Yeah.
I'll go SVG.
Heck yeah. That'd be badass to see SVG win this weekend. What is he? He's got the most playoff points. He's going to be your points leader going into the playoffs if it stands. That's crazy. Alrighty. The IndyCar race, the NXT Out Front Showdown at Worldwide Technology. I was going to take Foster, but I know that Tom's going to take Foster. I'm pretty positive on that one. So I know the championship's pretty much wrapped up. I just don't see how anybody could. I mean, Collette or Abel or really anybody can close the gap to Foster now. I think it's over. But what did I say? The guy that was really good on ovals, and I thought that he just really hadn't been that good on ovals this year. He really lost a lot of points to Foster on ovals on the two Iowa races or the Iowa race this year. I don't know. I think that he's going to get another win before the end of the year. I'm going to go Jacob Abel this weekend. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling that maybe Foster's going to be in cruise mode, trying to secure points, point race a little bit. Abel's got nothing to lose. I think that's why I'm going to take Abel this weekend. And then for my dark horse, I'm going to stick with it. Miles Rowe, man. I like this guy a lot. I think he's really impressed me this year. He's had some bad performances, a lot of it out of his own control, like getting wrecked or bad strategies or maybe not a good qualifying run. But I think next year, when it rolls around in the NXT season, I think people are going to be putting this guy on notice. Miles Rowe is going to be a championship contender next year. I'm excited to see him and Collette battle for the championship next year. The best two rookies we've seen this year in Indy NXT, both top 5 in points. I think next year's their year, so why not take him as a dark horse in this race? Maybe he starts it a little early here at the end of this Indy NXT season.
All right, I'm going with big homie. I'm going with the boy Louis Foster, baby. I've been with him since Detroit last year, baby. I was a believer, and I'm still a believer, man. Let's get that hardware, baby. But like I said at the beginning of this year, and ever since Detroit last year, it's Foster every freaking race, and I'm so excited to see how this year wraps up. Like Jay said. Cruise, man. Just cruise, get those points, get that comfortable lead. If you need a race, then race. But, like, we're good. Just got to cruise, baby. So, yes, of course, going with Foster. My dark horse, though, I'm going to go with Hedge. We've got another driver from Down Under coming through Indy NXT, and he's a rookie, and so maybe he's my next Louis Foster. I mean, I don't know. He hasn't done anything like a Louis Foster Detroit 2023, but I'm gonna pull for Hedge this weekend as a dark horse.
I think you were going at, Jared. I think when we said ARC, I thought you thought we meant Indy NXT, because I think you were trying to say Colette, because he's third in points in the Indy NXT series right now, and I think that might have been what you meant. Might just yeah. So I mean, honestly, he could win this race, dude. Like, he was really fast there. Who was the other guy? Was it De Alba? Was it De Alba in the Iowa race where he drove from like 14th to like 3rd by the end of it and really kicked ass? Watch out for him.
That sounds right.
He might be a guy to watch this weekend. So I don't know. I thought I'd throw that name out there. IndyCar. You guys ready to make some IndyCar picks? Oh boy, IndyCar is back. It's the Bommarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Another oval on the schedule. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Who's been the best guy on ovals this year? In my opinion, he was the fastest at Indianapolis. Lost track position. Won Iowa. Should have won Iowa again. Got a really ill-timed caution. I'm going with Scotty Mack, dude. Scotty Mack. He's been the best on ovals this year. I think he's going to get another oval win, man. I firmly believe it. Championship's pretty much out of the question for him now. I mean, you've had those bad turn of events that you had, that specifically the Detroit race where he ran into the wall, the disqualification at St. Pete, and then that Laguna Seca incident he had with or with Power. I mean, that pretty much solidified. And then also Power again at Toronto. So, yeah, he's out of the championship mix, but that doesn't mean he can't still trophy hunt. And I think he's going to get the job done this weekend. Then my dark horse easily is David Malukas. I mean, it like we said at the beginning of this podcast, damn shame that frickin' AJ Foyt swindled him, man. I swear to God, dude, they put him on some hypnosis or something. Like, there's no other explanation for that decision. But I think that he could legitimately compete in the top 10 in this race, and he could win it. And I would take Santino as my dark horse, but that dude has been training for the freaking NASA certification as of late. I mean, I think he's still a free bird after that Toronto incident. I can't trust it, man. So, yeah, those are my picks this weekend. McLaughlin and Lucas.
All right, so let's see. Hello, Polo. Of course, we got to. He's gonna win the championship this year. Masterclass. I mean, he did so good at Iowa. Iowa race 1 had a little bit of issues there. Got caught up in some crap, and I think it was of his own doing. Regardless, Iowa 2 was a great race for him. He's going to take that momentum here. I think that he's going to be just fine. He's going to be racing top 5, top 3, I think, and really putting the fight to the Penske's and potentially even winning. So I'm going to go with Pelot. And then for my dark horse, I am not sharing the love. Malukas all day. My love for this guy is not going to go away, even though he's going to go drive for Foyt. It's a hard pill to swallow, man. Hard pill to swallow.
Sounds good. All right, Jared, you got a pick?
Willpower.
There it is. Actually, Willpower is only, 32 points behind Pelot. I mean, this is going to be an interesting battle. What we have, 4 ovals left. We got Worldwide, doubleheader Milwaukee, and also Nashville for the championship. And then we also have Portland. So there's 5 races left, 32-point gap. I think it's going to get tight, man. We've seen a different Willpower this year. That's a good pick, Jared. That's a really good pick. Alrighty. For the Cup race on Sunday, we got the Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan. I'm not going to lie. My initial pick was Keselowski. I'm not going to lie. I really did. I was like, Keselowski's going to win this race. But you know what? I am not going with Keselowski. I am going with his teammate. I'm going with Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher's going to win this race. He's got all the pressure. Like we just said, I think we said it just a few minutes ago, Tom. The tracks that are lined up next, out of those tracks, Buescher can win on all three, right? He can win on all three. And I think that this is one that he won last year, right? I think he can do it again. I strongly do. I think he's going to get it done again. So I'm going to take Buescher this weekend with all the pressure on the line. And then when it comes to the dark horse, my bold prediction from the offseason, dude. I'm sticking with it till the end of the season, dude. It's going to be Gilliland, man. I think I'm going to take him as a dark horse every week for the rest of the year just to try to manifest it into the air that he can win to save my bold prediction. Because I want to see it so bad.
All right. For my favorite, I am going to go Keselowski. Is it going to be a Ford-dominated race? No. I think Hendrick's going to be really fast. I really do. I think Hendricks is going to be really fast. I think some of the Spire guys are going to be pretty fast. I think Trackhouse is going to be pretty quick. We'll see, but I think this is going to be a Chevy-dominated event. But in the end, I think just the experience that Kez has is really going to propel him forward. And, you know, I'd love to see Buescher win. I went back and forth on the RFK guys too. But I'm gonna go with Kez. Yeah. And then for my dark horse, I'm not sharing the love again. Jay was the believer first. I'm gonna be the believer second. I just think Gilliland is great, man. I think he's going to be doing some absolute work with Front Row when McDowell leaves, and we're going to be seeing some great things out of him. I really do think that. I think we're going to be seeing Front Row become a regular contender for a race win week in and week out in the coming years, and that's going to be led by Gilliland.
I think what really sold me on Gilliland was last year when he had the full season with Front Row. And they pulled him out of the 38 for like 5 or 6 races last year to put Zane in. And what did he do? He went and found that part-time ride with Rick Ware Racing, and he ended up outperforming Zane in a Rick Ware car against the 38 car. That was what impressed the hell out of me. And I think that Front Row saw it too, and they were like, okay, maybe we need to find and stick with Gilliland because he might be the future of our program. And he's going to be the one driver there next year. He's going to be the A-team, A-class driver, so I'm excited, dude. And I think bringing Gregson in there, I think that's going to be a friendly rivalry inter-team that's going to be fun to watch next year. You're going to see those guys switching who's going to be the top driver week on week after. So I'm excited. That was a good pick. Jared, who's your pick for this weekend's race in Michigan?
Tyler Reddick?
That's not a bad pick. He should have won it last year. He had had a slow stop on the final stop or the loose wheel or something like that. I can't remember exactly what happened. But yeah, that's a good pick, dude. That's a good pick. Alrighty. Next we'll do our NASCAR Fantasy Live. My 5-driver lineup is Bubba Wallace.
I've got a confession to make.
Oh, that's all right. I've got the Fantasy Live pulled up on my computer.
I
already remember it online. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, no, I've got Bubba Wallace. I've got Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, and Chris Buescher. I think I'm opposite of Tom. Tom thinks it's going to be a Chevy-dominated weekend. I think it's going to be a Toyota-dominated weekend, but I think Ford's going to steal it at the end with Buescher or Keselowski. I'm on the fence about that. I think either one can win. I just think Buescher's got more to lose. I think that's why they're going to be able to outperform at the end and win. But I think Bubba is really turning up right now, and I think this is a good track that's going to suit his driving style extremely well. I think Bell is the best car and team on the grid right now. That's an obvious one for me. I think Larson's going to carry the Chevy banner this weekend. And then Logano. I mean, Logano is absolutely freaking turning up, man. We said at the beginning of the year, watch out, Logano's going to be the championship 4. He always is in these even number years, and he is absolutely turning up at the end of the season. That milk carton is long be gone behind him. And then obviously I'm going to put Buescher on there as well. So, because I think that he's going to legitimately win this race. I really think so.
All right, for my 5 drivers, I've got Byron, Kez, Gilliland, Chastain, and Buescher. Yep. And I just think every single one of those drivers are going to be good.
Alrighty. Matchups. We got old AD himself, Austin Dillon. He's against Bubba Wallace this weekend. I think this is a no-brainer. I mean, obviously, he's look at him in points, the consistency all season long. I'm taking Bubba, dude. I think Bubba's gonna be top 10 all day. I think by the end of the race, you're gonna look up and he's gonna be in the top 5. So I think that he's playoff prime, man. It's right now. Bubba Wallace is looking like he did at the end of last season, at the end of the last regular season. He's turning up at the right time, and he's gonna take that momentum into playoffs. I think he's gonna have a way better run than Austin. I think we're gonna be close, dude.
No freaking brainer. It's the 23. No brainer. I mean, come on. Even you Austin Dillon fans, you gotta admit it. Just admit it.
No, they're gonna go in hiding like they always do. They always show up for 1 week every 2 years, and then they're gone.
Yeah, all 7 of them.
Oh man, the next one, Logano and Elliott. Easy for me. I'm taking Logano. Easy money, easy.
Okay,
pick.
I got. This is my theory about this. Okay, Logano is still seeing red after Richmond, and he is gonna do something stupid, really stupid. That's what he always does. He just does something so stupid after altercations. He just does. Even though it's a Logano, I mean, he's got to win. It doesn't matter. I think that he does something so dumb this weekend that the 9 car can beat him. So I'm gonna choose the 9 over the 22. I am.
There you go. All right, the next one is Larson and Blaney. I went back and forth on this one, but like I said, I put Larson in my lineup because I think he's going to lead the Chevy banner this weekend. So I'm going to take him over Blaney just for that factor alone.
I'm going to take Blaney over Larson, just because Blaney's been so strong lately. You know, I just don't. This is a really good matchup. Matchup. I'm going to go different again here, try to gain some points, and I'm going to go 12 over 5.
Okay. And then the next one is Chastain and Truex. I went back and forth on this one several times. The reliability on the 19, he hasn't been able to win this year. I don't know what to think about this 19 team going into the playoffs. I just feel like they're not hitting on all cylinders right now. Well, they got the pace. It's just the things. I mean, weird things are happening. And Chastain last week at Richmond, a track that you wouldn't expect Chastain to do good at is Richmond. Like, that kind of shocked me. Ran top 10 most of the day, finished top 5. I don't know. I'm going to go Truex just because Chastain can do something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm going to choose Chastain for all the reasons you just said, Jay. Reliability. If it's not going to be a parts failure, it's going to be a pit road failure. So Chastain's actually doing a pretty damn good job right now. I mean, let's admit it. This is not the number 1 Trackhouse team that we saw at the beginning of this year at all. Not even close. Not even close. So I think that he continues it off of his run from Richmond. So I'm gonna go with Chastain.
Alrighty. So that'll be our NASCAR fantasy lineup for this weekend's race at Michigan. And I'm super excited about the race this weekend. I'm really excited about the IndyCar race on Saturday night at Worldwide. Another thing to note, though, on Sunday, the Cup Series race, the Firekeepers Casino 400, will be the watch party for the month of August. It won the poll, and so we will be here on Sunday. I'm not sure if Tom will make it or not. I know you had some obligations this weekend. So
it's the wife's birthday.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So yeah, no pressure or anything. We'll see how that works out. But I'll be here nonetheless. Maybe I'll message Dallas and Jared, see if they want to come join me as well. And we'll do a watch party for the Michigan race, the one you guys voted on, the one you guys wanted to watch. So we will do that with you guys on Sunday. And the reason we didn't have the races for next weekend. Well, I guess I'll wait for Jared to come back. We'll talk about what we're doing Thursday first. Then I'll talk about my announcement that me and Jared are gonna make.
Oh yeah. So we're doing another round of RTP. We're gonna be at Worldwide Technology. And we're gonna be okay. Look, I've got a pretty banger Iowa setup. Huge shout out to homie Dallas Seward for that. Thank you. We're gonna see how that works. Maybe throw on some worldwide setup and see how that works. But regardless, I'm pretty confident. We're pretty quick on ovals, and this time we're gonna load the right setup, so we'll be okay. I'm just yeah, we'll be good. We'll be really good. So I'm excited for that. Another oval, short oval, first short oval of the season. So we'll see how the other people are around us. I've been kind of a menace too, so that's okay. We had a good run at Indy though. Indy GP was
And Barber. I would chalk Barber up to a
Yeah.
good run too. Considering all the circumstances that were laid out in
Yeah.
front of you, how you were able to recover from that. I think Barber's a good run too. So
for
yeah.
sure. We'll see though. We're still working on that program a little bit, so we'll see. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun at Worldwide. So just another oval race.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun because ran that one Iowa race with Nexus, and if we bring that setup, I think it's gonna be a good race. And plus, you might be able to even get a higher split, right? Because your oval
Yeah.
rating a little higher, so
Yes.
that will help out a lot in the points as well. So fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll be doing that at 8 p.m. Eastern time right here on Thursday. So come jump in, come cheer us on, come hang out, chat with us in the chat while Tom gets his racing on there at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. And continues the momentum because there's been a lot of momentum going upward recently. So I think that's going to continue, especially here at another oval. Let's see, what else do we have? Watch party, talked about that Thursday. We did the podcast today. Oh, go follow us on all of our socials. We got X, Patreon, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and we're also streaming on Kick. So go follow us on all those platforms. Stay up to date with anything happening here at the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network. Also, go follow us on our Discord to stay up to date with all the news. Read the full articles of some of the news we talked about here even tonight. We try to just break it down a little to an extent and then give our opinions here on the podcast. But if you want to read the official article or the official post, we post those here in Discord for you guys to go read as well. And then we also do some funny memes or some rumors or whatnot and interact with you guys as well in there. So you definitely got to join our Discord. It's a fun time. And even go join, if you join our Discord, jump in the community chat. Every once in a while, we'll pop in there and come say hi to you if we're online. So, yeah. So share some of your opinions. Maybe give us some thoughts or whatnot on podcasts or whatever you want content-wise. But there's some other ideas that we have mulling around that we might be attempting here. Tom came up with some great ideas, and I think we kind of bounced back and forth. I think we got a pretty damn good idea of something we're going to do on Thursdays going forward. So I don't really want to spoil it too much now, but it's going to be so much fun. You guys are definitely going to want to tune in. Once Road to Pro's over, we're going to definitely have some awesome content on Thursdays. We'll probably stick to a traditional Tuesday, Thursday streaming schedule, and then watch parties. And we might even do 2 a month. We might even do 2 this month, honestly. I kind of want to do that Xfinity Series race at Darlington. I kind of want to do that one. So we might do that one Kick exclusive. So if you guys haven't subscribed to our Kick yet, you're going to need to jump on and do that now so you can come enjoy that with us at the end of the month. But I was waiting for Jared to come back. It doesn't look like he's back yet. So I guess I'll just go into the... Oh, he is back. There he is. All right, Jared. We're going to talk about what we are going to be doing here in 2 weeks and what content we're going to be seeing. So, Jared, out of the kindness of his heart and the awesome person that he is, he's going to come to the IndyCar race at Portland with me in 2 weeks. We're going to go and watch the Indy NXT IndyCar races there. And then the day after that, Monday, we are going to Douglas County Speedway in Southwest Oregon. And we're going to be watching the high limit sprint cars and be doing a short track feature, trying to get as much footage, as many interviews, and everything that I can get for you guys to put together another short track feature. This is something I've wanted to be doing more of. And unfortunately, I guess I don't know how to look at it. We will be doing one in 2 weeks at Douglas County. So I'll get the content for you guys, make it, maybe post some stuff on our Instagram and our X while I'm there. If I get any cool interviews or anything, maybe show some trailers or promos or stuff like that. I'll bring my laptop with me, do some editing, and then maybe I'll even get some content at the IndyCar race as well, maybe for you guys as well, so you guys can see what Portland's like in person. So Jared's going to be gracious enough to come and help me hold a camera and come enjoy that with me. Are you excited, Jared?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
get that
IndyCar and some highlights for cars.
Get to get out of the state for a while, go experience some new places. It'll be pretty cool.
Heck yeah! So subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned in, and we're gonna try and get some more of those short track features coming in the near future. I've got a lot more other ideas of where I want to go as well. So maybe if you guys have any ideas of any short tracks that you'd like to see, maybe I can make it happen. We'll see. But stay tuned. Is there anything else that we missed? Merch store, right? Go buy you some swag. Go buy you some swag, man. Summer's gonna end soon. You're gonna need to get yourself a hoodie or a jacket or something, man. I'm telling you, a beanie, anything. Go get you a hat, t-shirt, man. Long sleeve shirts, some sweatpants. I mean, you got to get all swagged out with some Dega Boys swag. So go do that. All of those proceeds go back to help us out immensely on this channel, help us create more new content. And we're closing in, Tom. I think we're only a few more weeks away, and we might be able to get our memberships back. Fingers crossed. Oh, man.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yes, exactly. So, is there anything I missed? Anything you guys want to say before we close this out tonight? I think I pretty much said all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody who came out and watched. We had a good amount of people watching today, so thank you. We really, really appreciate that, and I appreciate it, and we just like to have some fun. So, thank you.
Is that it, Jared? No closing thoughts? Heck yeah, I like it. Double thumbs up. All right. Well, this has been Full Send Half Mass Podcast 83. Holy cow. We'll be back on Thursday and Sunday, and then back again for another podcast on Tuesday. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and enjoy the racing this weekend. And until then, we'll catch y'all in the next one.
Hamlin edges ahead. They touch! They touch! And here comes Kyle. Hamlin, Logano on the wall. The 2017 champion. Will he get the bumper? Yes, he does. Here comes Logano. Logano on the inside. A drag race. They're sideways. And it's going to be Logano getting the win. Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good going down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22.
I'm telling you, one little mistake on each one of these guys. Oh, he is all under Mark Martin.
He got him.
Sideways.
Martin sideways off the corner. Here comes Joey Logano.
It's the last lap.
He hit into the wall. Logano goes by.
Go to the inside of the 2. Little bit of contact. The 22 gets to the white line. Oh, he gets loose underneath them.
Yeah, he gets into him.
I mean, it certainly wasn't intentional.
Here comes the 22. He's closed the gap all over the back bumper now as they've caught the slower traffic. And around goes the 20, sideways in front of the 22. Less than 3 to go. The bumper to the back of the 24. Elliott goes around Hamlin.
End up the last cars on the lead lap.
Denny comes up, big time, crowded him, took off in a push, never lifted out of the gas.
Chastain up the racetrack. Here comes the 11.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain. Oh!
Hard into the wall. He goes around. And now here comes Denny Hamlin to the inside for the lead through 1.
He runs the 5 wide, almost into the fence.
Get him loose. He is loose. Got him loose. He got to wiggling.
They're going to be side by side.
But Denny had to lift.
He did.
And Larson's in the wall.
Off of turn 4, Denny and the 22 getting together. Denny squeezing that 22 into the fence.
And he would probably say, short track racing.
Thank you.